Welcome back to knowledge class. Now we are going to study future tense. There are four aspects of future tense. They are simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. Let's start simple future tense. This tense has two structures. One is will-shall structure and another is going-to structure. Let's see will-shall structure. Subject plus will or shall plus verb 1 plus object. Here, shall is used with the first person and will is used with the second and third person. But nowadays it is common that we use will everywhere, either with first person or second person or third person. This simple future tense generally describes the actions or events that will take place in future. Future means the time that is after the time of speaking. If this is present time, any time that comes after this time is future time. So to describe that an action, event will take place in that time or in future time, we use will shall future tense. For example, we will visit Pokhara. We will visit Pokhara is the example of will shall future. He will return your money. Will return your money. This is also an example of will shall future tense. This tense is also used in the main clause of conditional sentences type number 1. Usually the sentences with if are called conditional sentences. For example, this is if clause and call is V1 here. I will come, will plus verb 1 is used. If you call me, I will come. If you work hard, you will succeed. Can also be the example. Now this tense also has some time words that can be used as the time adverbs. They are tomorrow, and any time that comes with next. For example, next day, morning, week, month, year, or any such other time words that come with next can be the time adverbials of will shall future tense. Now let's talk about another structure, that is going to structure. We use is, am and are in this tense also, which are the auxiliary verbs, be verbs of present continuous tense, and everywhere we use going to. That is why this structure is called going to structure, and comes verb 1 after this. Is used with the singular subject, and is used with subject I, and are is used with the plural subject. And this tense is used to describe certain future events or activities or happenings. Certain future events, activities or happenings are described using going to structure. It is going to rain. How can we make it certain? We can speak this sentence when the sky is overcast with dark clouds. It may be thundering or lightning. Thundering, lightning, make it sure that it is going to rain. The sun is going to rise, we can say, but when we speak this, the rays are to be seen in the horizon early in the morning. When we see the rays of the sun in the clear day, then we can speak that the sun is going to rise. But this structure can never be used or can't be used with the verbs come and go. I am going to go should not be said, and I am going to come should not be said. Now, the second aspect of future tense is future continuous tense. Its structure is subject plus will or shall plus be plus for plus object is the structure of future continuous tense. Some examples can be traced out. She will be doing her homework. He will be driving his car, etc. can be the examples of future continuous tense. This tense generally shows that an action will be going on at a particular time in future. Simply we can say this time of tomorrow, exactly this time of tomorrow can be noted. And what will be happening at this time, if we want to show it, we have to speak using future continuous tense. I will be teaching English tomorrow at this time. Will be teaching, future continuous. She will be reading English at this time tomorrow. Or I will be helping my mother at this time tomorrow. This is how to describe the activities that will be going on, that will be continuing at a particular time of future. We use future continuous tense. Now let's talk about future perfect tense. The structure is subject plus will or shall plus have plus be3 plus object is the structure of future perfect tense. For example, my father will have arrived home. Will have arrived. The plane will have landed. Will have landed. And so on can be the examples of future perfect tense. This tense is used to indicate that an action will be completed by a certain time in future. Tomorrow 4 o'clock. What will happen? What will be completed by 4 o'clock tomorrow? If we want to show it, we have to use present perfect tense. By 4 tomorrow, we will have completed our task. By 4 is the future time. Tomorrow, we will have completed. Have plus B3. Will have plus B3. This structure is used in future perfect tense. Usually, we use by, in or before with the future perfect tense. They can serve as the time words. We use by, in or before with the future time. By plus future time, in plus future time, or before plus future time can be the adverbs of time to use future perfect tense. For example, by Sunday, he will have completed his task. By Sunday, by plus future time, he will have completed his task is the future perfect structure. Similarly, in 2 days' time, Roshan will have paid your money back. In 2 days' time, Roshan will have paid your money back. So, in 2 days' time is the in plus future time. Roshan will have paid future perfect structure. I will have arrived home before you go to bed. Before you go to bed, before plus time adverb, I will have arrived home is the future perfect structure. Now let's talk about future perfect continuous tense. The structure of future perfect continuous tense is subject plus will shall plus have been plus for plus object. This is the structure. In all the future tenses, in all aspects of future tense, we find will or shall. So it is easier to identify it is future tense or not. And to identify the individual aspect of future tense, we will go which verb is used after will or shall. If this is will shall future, after will and shall there will be verb 1 directly. If it is future continuous, after will or shall there will be be plus verb 4. If this is future perfect, we use will and shall and then have and he3. In future perfect continuous tense, we use will or shall and then have been plus verb 4 plus object in the structure itself. For example, he will have been dancing, will have been dancing, or she will have been writing a poem. Can be the examples of future perfect continuous tense. When we talk about the usage, this future perfect continuous tense is used to describe that an action begins in future and continues for a certain period of time of future. Begins in future, continues for certain period of time in future, and by the particular time the action will be going on. It is exactly similar to present perfect tense. Present perfect tense describes that an action begins a little time before the present and that takes certain period of time to continue, and at the time of speaking also the action will be continuing. Similarly, if the same time is exactly taken and kept in the future, for example tomorrow, in place of present perfect continuous tense we will be using future perfect continuous tense. In this tense also we use by, in and before with future time, and together with these in the same sentence we find for and period of time. So in future perfect tense we find only by, in or before plus future time, but in future perfect continuous tense together with by, in and before with the future time we find for plus period of time. For example, she will have been playing for an hour by this time tomorrow. Will have been playing, future perfect continuous tense, structure of future perfect continuous tense, for an hour or plus period of time, by this time tomorrow, by plus time. So she will have been playing for an hour by this time tomorrow can be an example of future perfect continuous tense. They will have been playing football for 1 hour by 4 o'clock, etc. can be the examples of future perfect continuous tense. Now this is how we have studied all 4 branches, or we can say aspects of future tense. I will come with something new in the next video. Thank you very much for